All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order of the Village of Trumansburg Zoning Board of Appeals. Please state your name as a member for your presence. Tim Hamilton, Chair. Just state your name.
Dave Breeden.
Noah Demarest is here.
Anthony Henson here.
Mike Schlossberg is here.
Okay, so the full board is here. Is this the minutes?
Yeah, in case you wanted the hard copy.
Okay. So we have minutes of last meeting. We have a printed draft. Anyone, this was the. Yeah. Does this say what the,
Nothing really happened, it was about an inch.
this is the one where we postponed,
Yes,
right? Okay. Do we have to approve it?
yes.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes as printed?
So moved.
Dave moves, second. Noah seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. All right, we have a public hearing area variance application submitted by Rosie Fox, 27 Congress Street. Concerning a reduction of the setback to allow for an addition. Do we have anybody who needs to recuse themselves?
Anthony Henson, I will recuse. Since I'm the owner of the neighboring property.
Okay. Very good. Would you like to make a presentation? Just verbally tell us what you want to do and do it by the microphones. That'll be great for all.
Could we
of
get
us.
that on?
It is on.
Okay.
And you can take that out if you want.
Yeah, you don't have to like stand there.
I just didn't know if I saw that you have what the addition sort of would look like. I brought some copies of that.
That's really not part of the topic, right?
So. Basically, for the past couple of years, we've been trying to figure out how to get a little more space in our house, because it's a pretty small house. And right now it is technically a 3-bedroom, though the downstairs bedroom we use as a family room, so we don't really use it as a bedroom. And upstairs we have these 2 little bedrooms. And so what our idea originally was because it's a Cape Cod style house, was to do like a shed dormer. And when we started working with an architect and engineer, it just became pretty clear that that was going to be impossible because we had undersized rafters and floor joists. So we didn't have the required space that would have the required ceiling height once we accounted for those. We looked at first just doing 1 shed dormer off the back. That wasn't going to work. So we looked at trying to do 2, just kind of marry them across. That wasn't going to work. And eventually we had our builder come out and look at it and just say, is there anything that can be done here with the upstairs? And essentially it would come down to kind of tearing off the entire top story, building the second story anew, which was not what we signed up for. What we thought was a simple little pop out of a shed dormer was going to be this massive thing. So then it became clear that any addition had to be only downstairs. The only options for downstairs that would be the back of the house or the side of the house. The back of the house, there's only kitchen, bathroom, and then that technical 3rd bedroom. So if we were to build off the back of the house, we would lose that technical 3rd bedroom because we'd have to build off of it. And it's not big enough to create any kind of hallway with separate entrance. So it would be walking through that, it would be a pass-through room. So it wouldn't be a bedroom anymore. And it also creates this really funky, weird floor plan. So the idea was that would be very costly addition. And we really wouldn't get any investment much back in the house because we're losing a bedroom to build a bedroom. So then we saw, well, the obvious thing is to build on the side. And our architect, measured from the fence, which we assumed there's a fence line between our house and the Hansons. And I assumed that that was the property line. I thought that's how fences worked. I thought you just built them on the property line. And so she measured that out and said, well, with this measurement here, you can do a 10-foot wide addition without needing any kind of variance. I said, okay, great. And then fast forward about a year, I just happened to run into Tony, on the street. We're talking about the fence parts, some of it started coming down. And he just happened to mention that actually, the fence was built, I think it's 6 feet onto their property, which, whoever owned our house a while ago built that. I don't know why, but they built it pretty far onto the neighbor's property. So visually, it looks like there's this space, but there isn't. So when you look at the survey map, you can see the difference between that fence line and the actual property line.
So from the present house now to the property line is how far?
That is on the survey, the exact amount there, but it,
20 feet, 6 inches.
20 feet, 6 inches. And the addition coming out is 10 feet.
we would like just a 10-foot one, yeah. And, right, so it would be just needing really 5 feet, but we put the variance application in for I think 7, just because we wanted to have whatever came up during construction to allow for any sort of unknowns. But our intention is to build it as a 10-foot wide addition, yes.
So the house is a Cape Cod,
Right,
so you can see the front roof
yes,
because the peaks are on the side.
right.
What is the addition going to look like as far as roof line?
It'll match the roof line,
So,
So-
it's going to be.
yes.
Okay,
And also that 10 feet is it's a very small house, so it's kind of proportionate, like it's a nice looking addition size, anything much bigger than that, it starts to look like you've built on this big addition. So we want to keep it sort of in the compact.
this is a single story addition.
It's a single story addition, yes. Yeah, it would be a bedroom addition, single story.
And that's gonna be the whole bedroom. Is that 10 by 20? It looks like you're building 10 by 21.
That, I don't know.
It's not, you're not moving your exterior wall. Not that that matters. I'm saying you're
No.
not moving your exterior wall. You're just making a cut through into this new addition.
Yes, so there will be now that end of the house will have a doorway. The 10 by 20 is a funny size because it has to be that long to reach where the entrance needs to be. And so it's a kind of a funny size. We're like, well, should we build a bathroom, off of the bedroom? Should we just have a really nice big walk-in closet? That really hasn't been, those details haven't really been
Okay.
sketched out, but it's a bedroom addition.
Other questions right now, clarification from the applicant?
Where is the Hanson's house vis-a-vis?
Oh. The Hanson's house is on the addition side.
I know, but how close to the property?
Oh, their house is pretty far set back from the property line.
I had the aerial pulled up, but it's pretty far.
Okay,
Do you know?
thank you.
Yeah,
Almost a small wood.
there's a little wooded area between. Yeah, in the summertime that there's like a lot of foliage and wooded area there that actually obscures the view altogether. But in the wintertime, like right now, you can see through the wooded area.
So in the summer, there will essentially be no sight lines. You won't be. able to
Pretty
see.
much, no, yeah,
Right.
Just couldn't figure out
Right.
what that.
Yep. no,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's the deck there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Other clarification questions?
So is that, I saw the fence from the street and it just
Mm-hmm.
seemed like a kind of like a partial, like a fence, like someone,
Yeah,
it's just sort of like it doesn't really cover like the entire length.
so the first, like where our front yard is, that's actually just a wooded area in between without a fence.
Mhm.
The fence line started at the end of that wooded area back, but the fence now, a lot of it was falling down. So
Yeah.
most of the fence has now been removed. I think
Right.
there's a couple pieces standing. So basically we can refer to that now as a hedgerow where the
Yeah.
fence was. Yeah.
Right. And is that fence, is that in front of the proposed addition? I mean, would that like cover?
There's basically no
Uh,
fence.
No.
Yeah, the fence
It
is
was
gone now.
built For the previous owners of our house
Mhm.
as a dog enclosure, and
Okay,
it wasn't,
okay.
it wasn't built right, so.
Yeah.
Bottom
Yeah.
bottom of the post all run that.
Okay.
Slowly went down bit by bit.
Yeah, the thing that's really at the end of where our addition is a wooded area. Mhm.
If there's, go ahead.
Well, it's maybe not relevant, but I'm curious if there's a desire on your part or the neighbor's part to put a fence back in at any point.
Oh, well, there's a nice wooded area. I don't think it would be necessary to put a fence. I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't know of any plan to do that.
Okay.
It has there's the space between the two properties has a lot of natural stuff going on between the wooded area, and then there were some bushes built on this side of the fence. So even with the fence gone, there's still these bushes that are there and stuff like that. Forsythia, that's what they are. Yeah. Mhm.
Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll open for public comment. Can I have a motion to open for public comment?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
opposed, the same. Motion carries. Anybody here for public comment? Anybody online for public comment?
And again, to clarify, this is the public hearing section.
Public hearing, yeah.
Excellent. There's no one online.
Right. Can I have a motion to close public hearing? Second?
I'll second.
We'll get, I'm not sure we got that first. We'll go Noah.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, the same. All right. The issue is only related to section 302 dimensional requirements. Principal building has to have a 15-foot side yard setback. So that's the only issue I see that we're dealing with. We have as you see on the map, 20 feet 6 inches. They would technically have 10 feet 6 inches instead of the 15, so they need a variance in order to do that. I think your question was regarding if they put a fence up and then mowing, things like that. That's why we have a 5-foot setback for accessory buildings, so people can mow up to fences and stuff. And that was, I think, the reason for that question. Let's walk through the 5 reasons. Will an undesirable change be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties would be created by granting the area variance?
I'd say no.
That's why I asked questions about the way the roof lines were and that, sometimes the look of the property can be a detriment to people and how they do that. I say no. Any objections to that part? We'll do officially, we'll go through it all one more time. Number 2, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the variance. I say no. I appreciated what they said about looking at other ways to redo the house. You look at all the ways and then you go, well, this is the only way it's gonna work if we're gonna do it.
You can't really, you can't move it around to the side and, obviously a whole other floor is.
I agree.
Right. But we could say just to tear the roof off until the second floor. And that would not change the character of the neighborhood.
Or just have a 5-foot wide bedroom.
Well, yeah, you do that. How wide are a bedroom? Letter C, whether the requested area variance is substantial. Is it substantial? It's a third. Yeah, I don't think to me, that's not substantial when you're looking at a third of what the rule is.
Right.
Yeah, in the context that we're dealing with too. I mean, I think it'd be different if the neighbor was already less than 15 from their own property or something like that, then relatively substantial, but.
Yes, I think the location of the neighbor's house too makes a difference if, you're cramming things really close together. D, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood. I don't know that it's gonna make any difference. The way the water sheds now, that's the main thing, is gonna be the same direction with the roofs. And lastly, is the alleged difficulty self-created? Always. Always self-created. Nobody twists their arm to do the project they want to do. Are we good to now take a vote on each of these? Let's do it. Will an undesirable change be produced in the character of the neighborhood? I say no. No?
No.
No.
No. Whether the benefits sought can be achieved in some method feasible in another way other than the variance. I say no.
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 Whether the requested area variance is substantial, I say no.
Nope.
Nope.
Whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood. I say no.
No,
No.
Is the alleged difficulty self-created? I say yes.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Can I have a motion to either approve or deny a variance?
Make a motion to approve the variance.
Okay. The requested variance of 7 feet, I think is what they asked. Did they ask that specifically in here? Make that clear. 6 feet, a 6-foot reduction. So we'll go with 6 feet. So are you good with that?
I am.
The variance of 6 feet. Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any questions on the motion? We're gonna give them a 6-foot variance.
Yeah,
What?
I'm totally cool with the 6 feet. I'm just curious about the 10-foot, which would result in less than 10 feet interior dimension for your bedroom. So I'm just wondering if there's a desire for more, if we want to give them a little bit more flexibility even than that, just in case there's,
With the 10, go to 10 feet.
yeah, I don't know who can talk.
Oh, 10 feet. We're in discussion. You can ask any question to get more information.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem.
I mean, 10 feet, 10 foot is a pretty small bedroom. That was the interior dimension, but we got to give some. There's the thickness of the wall, right?
So it'll be the thickness of the exterior wall, which will be over 6 inches. You'll have, if you're framing an interior wall to the exterior of the house, you're gonna lose another, you could lose a foot,
You could. Up to
lose a
the-
foot. That would be a 9 foot. So you're talking like a trailer,
I would
trailer with bedrooms.
happily take a friendly amendment to change it to 7 feet.
Yeah, and I that's where I'm going.
7 feet.
More, a little more wiggle room. And whether they use it or not, that's up to them.
Are you good with that, changing it to 7 feet?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Sounds reasonable.
Okay, so if we're all good that the variance is 7 feet. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Can I have a motion to, is there any other business? Any other business anybody thinks they need to bring up? That relates to the zoning board, you would no longer be recused, you could bring up any new business, Tony. Is there any?
We don't expect to see Mr. Lynch anytime soon.
Was that the last one? Oh. Okay,
I haven't heard.
I haven't either, you haven't, right?
Which is.
The last one where we postponed it,
This
Yeah.
was- We haven't
Heard
heard
back.
back. Okay,
right?
that's the only business.
Yeah, well, there's the email I sent out about the sign on Main Street in front of Little Venice. If I dug into the ordinance. And to me, it's pretty clear that they would have to ask for a variance to be able to put something there, a sign there. Their fluttering device, they're calling code. But if anybody's thought about that at all, I'd love to hear their opinions on it.
And the sign ordinance is being rewritten now, it's in the process.
As we speak.
The sign ordinance is one of the more unwieldy ordinances we have, if you've read through it. It talks about how much square footage you can have, is that front sided and back sided added? How many signs can a business have? Everybody kind of violates it. They put little signs in their windows, you know, that say open, that violates it. And then it's a 15-foot. You have to be 15 feet away from the highway to have anything that is freestanding. Which meant you can't have any freestanding signs, basically,
Anywhere on
in
Main
the
Street.
downtown, because the sidewalks aren't that.
Right.
And we've had the issue of sandwich signs temporary coming up and people putting them up temporarily every day and then taking them down every night. So I'm hoping the new zoning law will figure something out that we can interpret, but if something comes up here before that, we'll obviously work with the law we have.
Hope is a good thing.
What?
Hope is a
Hope
good.
is a good thing. Yeah,
Um,
we've never really.
I don't remember seeing an email. Was there an email about
I
Little
don't
Venice?
think
I don't remember.
It was a thread through a few of us that was going. I don't know if everybody got included because also trustee got included because they're working on that issue and.
Got it, okay.
And so, just so that you're aware.
I wanted to make sure I hadn't
Then-
ignored.
That there's been no good solutions in any sign discussion we've had in the 18 years I've been on this one. There's never been a good solution. It's.
Take one.
It's always been just kind of, yeah.
So part of the ordinance says on the Main Street corridor, signs have to be 15 feet from the roadway.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
And you can't do that.
Yes.
And is a sign, the printing on an awning, is that considered a sign?
Yeah.
We decided
Yeah.
it was.
Is a sign in the window that gives your business hours, is that a sign?
No.
You're allowed to get.
You're saying, no, it's not.
I don't think so.
No, it's clear in the ordinance that.
Business hours can be
I
posted.
shouldn't comment on the current law. I'm commenting on the,
There's
we're
back.
working on for the next one.
You're working on the new one,
Yeah, Dave and I are both on
Okay.
it.
all right.
Do
So,
you anticipate there's something for the board on the first Tuesday of next month and if everyone's ready to be here? Okay. Maybe, okay.
That particular issue.
I'm just saying, if it comes up, let's push people to come to the regularly scheduled ZBA meeting, because it is. It's rearranged.
so is there any other business, otherwise I'll take a motion for adjournment.
I'll move to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
second, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries.